Mr. Cherry, Mr. Cherry. You need to swipe back and forth as you normally do because I can't hear you right now. Your microphone is cut off.
Got it. Okay, how's
Hey.
that?
How are you?
Good. Sorry I couldn't make the first one, but
how was your tomato, growing your tomatoes and all that stuff? How's it going?
My seed has sprouted. So, that's all I can say.
Is that sounds very graphic, but okay, whatever floats your boat, your boat, man.
Okay. Yeah, it's very good.
My seed has sprouted. I'm gonna steal that for me.
Okay, well, it's coming up. So,
hey, Juanpa.
It's all good.
What are you doing, buddy? Are you driving the train today?
Yes, I am driving again.
Remember, Chuck, that Juanpa is in Spain.
Yeah, okay.
Train, our buddy from Spain, and he works on the train. And he drives the trains at night, running tests. He does repairments occasionally. And sometimes he works during the day shift, and sometimes he does the night shift, like today.
Ah, so he can learn and drive at the same time.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, but I don't have passengers, okay?
No passengers, no passengers.
No
That's
problem.
right.
Yeah.
No passengers, no problem.
Sounds good.
All
No
right,
passengers.
sounds good.
Only ghosts. Only
The ghosts, only the ghosts. So what is new, Chuck? What is new?
Well, nothing really. It's turning into spring here. The ducks have babies and things are blooming. So we're having a little bit of springtime.
Right.
Other than that, no news.
Okay, let me see. Port St. Lucie, what temperature is it right now? Port St.
Around
Lucie.
65.
Temperature.
60 something.
Well, it says here 73. Port St. Lucie, Florida, USA.
Oh, there we go.
73. Wind 8 miles per hour. So it might feel a little chillier than that.
Yeah, it was just dark now. So are on daylight savings time. So it's dark.
Thanks to Mr. Benjamin Franklin. You know that?
Yes, I heard about that.
But that's in the Congress right now. They're studying the possibility of finishing that bullshit.
Yeah, they do it every year. They say the same thing where they never get around to it. I wish they would.
Okay, you're on this side, on the side of changing that insanity because it's stupid, you know?
Yeah, well, it's antique. Is what it is. It used to help.
It made sense back in the day when you burned the candle at on both ends.
Yeah, when everybody was a farmer and everybody got up early. Yeah, but now not anymore.
Not anymore. That's right. And here we have Germán Moreno. Germán Moreno is here with us tonight.
Hello, Germán.
Yes, teacher. Hello, Chuck.
Hello.
How's it going?
Very good. Very good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, very good too. I'm driving in this moment. I'm driving my car.
All right.
Okay.
And Nancy's here too. Everybody's driving in this room. Yes.
No, not me. Hi, everyone.
Nancy is in Mexico City.
Yes.
Mexico City. Yeah.
Are you driving or no?
The city of Chilangas. Chimichangas.
The chimichangas is more like food for Sonora, the north of the country.
The north of the country. Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
And here we have Liana Regina Charlton.
Hey.
Liana Regina Charlton representing the more sophisticated part of the United States.
That
That hurts.
hurts.
But the most authentic part of the US is the South. The most authentic. I love it. My first place in America was the South. I went to Mississippi to live, and it was great. I loved it.
Very far south.
Very far south, right? Nobody goes, everybody passes by Mississippi. Nobody stops, right?
Right.
Not even for gas.
They can't spell it. You can't spell it. You can't say it. You have to learn to spell it.
That's right. How many double letters? 3?
At least, maybe 6. I don't know. Nobody can
Double
spell
S,
this.
double S, double P. Mississippi, todas son dobles. Una palabra muy larga. Y por acá tenemos también al Eddie Arias. Eddie Arias de San Antero, muchachos. San Antero.
Hi, Fab. Hi, Chuck.
Hey,
Hi.
Eddie. Good morning, afternoon.
Tenemos
Good
mucha
evening,
gente
good
acá
evening.
interesante. Tenemos aquí una pequeña Naciones Unidas. Está Juanpa en España, está Nancy en México, Liana y Chuck en los Estados Unidos. Fabuloso. Qué buen grupo. All right, guys, time to read.
Yay.
Juanpa's like, shut up, man. Look at it. I respect your teacher, but not like this. It's time to read. It's time to have fun. All right, let's do this. Where were we last time? Are you seeing the book right now? Am I showing the book?
Yeah, but
Okay,
it's small. It's small. Can you make it a little bit bigger
Ooh,
or not?
I was
Okay.
gonna say something appropriate, but yeah, I can make it bigger.
Hey, that's good.
Hey, not so big. Okay. So we
I can
got
see.
Thursday. Thursday is the day where we left off. We pick up on Thursday. We're going to take turns. Vamos a escuchar a Chuck y vamos a escuchar a Liana porque hoy tenemos el double whammy. Tenemos la doble entrega. Chuck from the south y Liana from the north. Esto está una bomba y está que arde. Please, guys, choose your favorites. All right. We're going to let Liana start.
Okay. Thursday, we have the book fair at school this week, and this morning Mom gave me $20 to spend. I thought I was allowed to pick whatever I wanted, but it turns out Mom expected me to spend the money on books.
Nah, that's terrible. 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
Let me move these people. Okay, when you get the chance to own a giant pencil with googly eyes, though, it's kind of hard to pass up. Scribble, scribble.
All right, so that's it. And here you finish.
Okay, besides the pencil, I got a poster with a cat saying something sarcastic, an eraser shaped like a panda, a calculator that glows in the dark, a pen that writes underwater, and another giant pencil with googly eyes, just in case the first one gets lost or stolen.
Wow. Seems like it all comes from China. See, like, ¿saben qué me pasó a mí, muchachos? You know what happened to me? On the weekend, I had the terrible idea of telling Juanita, okay, let's go shopping. I said, let's go shopping, right? She's a very smart kid. She's very smart. She's like, oh, okay, let's go. And so we went, I'm romantic. So I stopped at a jewelry store and I bought her, a bracelet for her and for her mom. So they would be twins, right? And I was like, I felt like the best dad in the world. I've done something good for the world, right? And then I went with my daughter to to buy my wife's favorite dessert. Okay. And then we would come back later to pick it up. And my girl, she's so smart. She asked the lady from the dessert place, where is Miniso? I didn't know what that is. And I go, oh, okay. Miniso, what is that? I thought it was a place to eat like miso beans or whatever. She's 8 and she's like, is there Miniso here? And she got the directions and she took me. I was like this. She's like this. And I'm like this, right? And we went to Miniso. It's a huge store full of stupid things from China. I don't know. Yeah, like that, like pens with googly eyes and stupid stuff like that. And she got a basket.
Similar to $1.
Yeah, to Dollar Tree. She got a basket and she started putting all sorts of things. I'm like, Juanita, what is that for? Because I need it. And I said, you have 100 of those. And she's like, yeah, but I need this one because it's got this thing. Okay. And she started to pick up stuff and stuff. At the end, I managed to make her understand my point of view. Juanita, my money is your money, is our money. And you're buying things that we don't need. You don't need that. You're going to come home and throw it. Because that's what she does. She throws the stuff anyway.
Absolutely.
Doesn't care. It's our money, Juanita. Let's spend it differently.
I'm
Finally,
more interested in what's your
negotiated-
wife's favorite dessert.
And what?
I said I'm more interested in knowing what your
Oh yeah, what that's called? What is that called? It's
Maracuyá dessert.
it's merengon.
what is that?
Merengue is
A meringue?
meringue.
Oh, okay.
And they make the meringue like they make the hard top and the bottom, and it's like a sandwich. And they get they fill it up with cream and fruit. And so my wife loves that.
Sounds good.
So feel like a meringue pie, something like that. And so finally she just bought something similar to Legos, and that's it. We bought that and we left. And then we went to pick up the stuff, and yeah, that sort of thing. But it was crazy. My heart sank because, everything I was like, made in China. Everything is made in China at this place. And it's all attractive trash. It's just nothing, but it looks attractive.
Is it
And my
cheap at
girl is
least?
like, this is like the best place. I say, Juanita, let's leave. I say, no, look at this, look at that. It's
I
crazy.
knew that place. I knew that place. In Monteria, there is a place called Miniso. Miniso is the name.
Exactly,
Yes.
that's the name. It's crazy. It's crazy. And my daughter, I found out she loves this place. She could shop there all day long. Okay, just saying. I think I'm gonna take her on her birthday. I'm gonna take her to shop at Miniso next time. And okay, this time buy whatever you want. Here's the money.
Credit card Miniso, yes.
Exactly.
There is a
I
credit card.
know she's gonna find another store better.
Exactly. More expensive, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's Chuck's turn. The man.
For Thursday. Okay, we have the book fair at school this week. And this morning, Mom gave me $20 to spend. I thought I was allowed to pick whatever I wanted, but it turns out Mom expected me to spend the money on books. When you get the chance to own a giant pencil with googly eyes, though, it's kind of hard to pass up. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Besides the pencil, I got a poster with a cat saying something sarcastic, an eraser shaped like a panda, a calculator that glows in the dark, a pen that writes underwater, and another giant pencil with googly eyes, just in case the first one gets lost or stolen.
So that's how kids think. They're fascinated by these things. And that's why they're so popular in the States, here now in Colombia. They love those things. They're crazy. They're suckers for those. Anyway, so we got this here. Any questions about the language? I like this. Pay attention. I like that very much, that expression. Do you know what it means, people?
Have the opportunity.
To have the opportunity, yes. Change the word chance, use opportunity, but go back to chance again porque es mucho mejor. Siempre es mejor en inglés las palabras más cortas. Chance. Get the chance. What else?
What it means, googly eyes.
Googly eyes is that they move like that. Blah, 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 blah.
It's
Locos.
more-
They wobble.
Yeah, exactly. Como ojos locos, o no sé cómo lo dirían ustedes. Ojos
Yeah.
locos, ¿cómo lo dirían?
Ojos
¿Cómo dirían
locos.
ustedes? Los ojos locos.
And pass up, teacher.
Oh, pass up. What's that, guys?
Like, let it.
Let it pass.
Let
Dejar
it.
pasar la oportunidad. Yeah? Is that what it is? You think? Here, I don't know how to undo this. I want to highlight and I can't. Hang on a second. please. Hang on. What am I doing here? I don't get it. 1 second. I want to highlight. That's all I need to do. Nothing else. Just highlight.
This owl.
There.
This
Thank
owl is not a adjective. Or
Which one?
Own.
Though?
Own.
Own? It can be my own.
My own is
And
my.
here, to
myself.
own as a verb is tener. Que te pertenezca a ti. Que tú seas el dueño. Ser el dueño de. To own a giant pencil. Ser el dueño de o tener.
Good question.
Yeah. And I like this though. Es lo mismo que but it's used after, not before. Yeah.
Mhm.
Google Eyes though, it's kind of hard to pass up. Yeah, okay. How about this? To pass up, once again, is to let the opportunity pass, right? To pass up. Too good to pass up the opportunity. What about here? ¿Qué entienden acá interesante? ¿Qué encuentran acá interesante? Perdón.
Sarcastic.
The glows in dark.
¿Cuál
Calculator
es?
that a calculator that glows in the dark.
Ah, sí, me gusta. ¿Sí?
Mhm.
How do you say that in English? In Spanish, sorry.
Highlight.
Yeah.
Como que se ve en la oscuridad. Es highlight.
Que ve en la oscuridad, que alumbra en la oscuridad,
fluorescente.
¿cierto? ¿Cómo?
Es fluorescente.
Fluorescente. Sí. Fluorescente es más técnico. Que tiene luz, que brilla en la oscuridad o sí, fluorescente.
Luminiscencia.
Luminiscencia, yeah.
Ya le metió ingeniería a la vaina.
Correcto. I like this. Pay attention. I like this. Shape like. En español sería en forma de. ¿Sí? O sea, un borrador en forma de panda. An eraser shaped like a panda. ¿Sí? What else? Oh, I like this. That writes underwater. Que escribe bajo el agua. O sea, que sirve bajo el agua. And finally, I like the fact that you can characterize the object following it by the phrase or the let's call it the phrase or the clause, that, and etc. That would be like an adjective after the noun. Okay, works as an adjective, follows the noun, normally connected to the noun by that. A calculator. What kind of calculator? One that glows in the dark. I bought a pen. What kind of pen? One that writes underwater. A pen that writes underwater, that characterizes or further describes shape, color, type, etc.
Another pen with googly eyes.
And another pen with googly eyes. Exactly. And this, I like this, in case. Yeah. It's the same as if. Si me lo roban. Pero en español ese in case lo traduciría yo por si. Por si.
Por si acaso.
So there's a difference between if and in case, and it's the same difference between si y por si. Como cuando decimos por si las moscas. Just in case. Este podría ser por si las moscas.
Por si acaso.
It's an expression in Spanish, Liana. So you learn it.
What was it? Could you say it again?
Por si las moscas.
Mm.
For if the flies. If I were going to translate word for word, for if the flies means just in case. Somebody asks you, hey, Liana, why are you taking a jacket? We're going to warm weather. And you say, uno nunca sabe. Por si las moscas. You never know, just in case. Okay? Don't forget, por si las moscas. I don't know the origin of this. ¿Alguien sabe?
It would be rainy. It would be rain, just in case. I wearing the jacket.
Yes.
Just in case, por si las moscas.
I wear the jacket.
Nancy,
Pero-
do you use that expression in Mexico too?
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
time.
okay.
Liana is always
Yeah.
like, oh no, I just don't want to go to a place and start talking a specific
No,
time,
oh my God, that'd be
and everybody's
embarrassing.
like, oh,
And I
must be a
was
gringo
thinking,
thing. It's a gringo thing. Ella no quiere quedar mal. Que vaya a México y empieza a decir y la gente como que,
Confiada,
¿la
desconfiada.
gringo?
Es
Es
desconfiada.
desconfiada, es desconfiada.
Y la próxima
She's
vez
not-
que nos diga algo, le decimos, Chuck, what do you think about that?
Por si las moscas. I don't know. That's a new one for me.
Oh, that's a new one for you? Okay, so now, from now on, all the time, Chuck, this week, if
I
they
will
ask you,
say-
say, por si las moscas.
Oh, yes, I will use that for sure.
You're going to give Jose
How do you say
I mean,
incrédula? Incrédula?
incredulous.
Ah, incrédula.
You can give Marlene some $50 and you say, here, Marlene, por
Por
si
si
las
las
moscas.
moscas.
Liana, in Mexico, you can say, I'm gonna stop the bus. Voy a parar el bus in Spanish. Voy a parar el bus. Don't say that in Mexico. You know, Nancy.
La
No,
buceta.
no,
Voy a
la
tomar el bus. No voy a parar el bus. Voy a tomar el bus.
Yeah, va a tomar. Right.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Ese era el camión.
El camión, la guagua,
El camión, el pecero, la combi.
la combi.
La guagua es puertorriqueña, ma.
Así.
La combi también, pregúntele
Y la
a
combi es como
Yankee.
peruana. La combi es creo que peruana.
La combi también es puertorriqueña, pregúntele a Yankee, a Nicky Jam. La combi completa.
There you go. So now Chuck knows it. I saw him taking notes. Por si las moscas.
Yeah, need that one. Yeah.
It's more usual for the Mexicans because we have the custom, like, okay, put in your bag, I don't know, what is that? Un gorro.
Hat.
Yeah, put a hat, keep with you umbrella. Why? Por si las moscas.
Por si las
Maybe
moscas.
it's gonna rain more later.
For if the flies. For if
Yeah.
the flies.
So we have to go with you.
The new expression for Liana and Charles.
Yes.
But I really don't know where it comes from.
It is
My
quite
best
weird.
guess is that you bring repellent por si las moscas, por si hay moscas. No, you bring repellent just in case there are gnats and mosquitoes and they bite you.
I don't know.
Just trying to be creative here. All right, anyway, continuing. All right, excellent. Good reading. This time, Chuck begins.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a chance Mom might not be happy with the way I spent her money. So I made sure also buy her a yo-yo with a good message in it. I heart to read. But Mom wasn't impressed. She says, I have to go back tomorrow and trade in all that stuff I bought for books. Mom says the brain is like a muscle. And if you don't exercise it by reading and doing creative stuff, it'll get weak and rusty. Or musty.
Mushy.
Mushy. Sorry. She says video games and TV are making my brain flabby. And if something doesn't change, I'm basically going to be a mindless zombie for the rest of my life.
That's what I tell my kids because they spend too much time watching TikTok or playing video games. That's right. I mean, that's parents. And I imagine that when you were kids, it was the same situation.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
parents would be like, oh, not too much of that, or you're gonna be stupid and you're gonna grow up stupid. Do you know?
Every time has been I don't know if it's tools that in this case are mental ills for kids. In another times is the for example the TV every time, and after the Nintendo, the PlayStation, and in the and in this moment is the social media. Every time parents have the situation with their kids in mental illness, and is simply they is for distract people. I don't know, in my opinion.
It's always a fight through the generations.
Juan
So
Carlos, it's a big problem for millennials.
it's a problem for millennials, true.
No. Before that, or 19th century, 20th century, like us. The same thing. Luis Alberto is not here, so.
The internet, the cell phones.
Yeah.
Cell phones, TikTok, Instagram,
Every
right?
kind of-
I mean,
every
like
kind
we're
of-
also trapped sometimes.
every kind of
We go
gadget.
down a rabbit hole pretty easily.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
You
Every
just go
time-
and go, and it's 2 hours. You like start 2 and then it's 5 p.m. and you don't feel it. It's a drug.
Exactly.
Addictive.
It's a gadget that allow us to procrastinate our time or productivity.
Yeah. And we always have an excuse. Oh no, I do it because I find interesting stuff and I learn. Please meditate. Tell that to my kids. Stop that. Meditate. You know what I have to do? I have to grab the phone and hide it. I have to do that sometimes. Because they turn into zombies. I mean, my son comes here after school and he's like that, but with a phone. I mean, if you take the phone away, he's a zombie.
I remember when I was a kid.
In front and it makes sense. Okay, makes sense.
I remember when I was a kid, very shy, very. I many times do the pee for watching TV every time. So
you peed your pants?
I forgot exactly. I forgot to go
Oh
to
my
the
That's extreme.
bathroom. Yeah. I remember because
Wow.
and my mom is
Crazy. Nuts.
very upset because I live to go to the bathroom for stay watching TV.
Exactly.
Now you can take your cell phone to the bathroom.
Now we take the cell phones to the bathroom and that gives us hemorrhoids. Careful.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Careful. Especially when you're young. If you get a hemorrhoid when you're young, it's for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Okay. All right, so let's continue. On a slightly more positive note, let's listen to Liana.
I thought there was a chance mom might not be happy with the way I spent her money, so I made sure to buy a yo-yo with a good message on it. I love to read. But mom wasn't impressed. She says I have to go back tomorrow and trade in all the stuff I bought for books. Mom says the brain is like a muscle, and if you don't exercise it by reading and doing creative stuff, it will get weak and mushy. She says video games and TV are making my brain flabby. And if something doesn't change, I'm basically going to be a mindless zombie for the rest of my life.
Like my kids. All right. So going back, there was a chance again, you know that. I like that very much. Might not be happy. This might is magic because it allows you to communicate tentativeness, just a simple comment, not knowing for sure, and just throwing out the hypotheses. This is very useful because you could also say, mom is not going to be happy. But that is unfair because you really don't know. You're guessing. Then you use might. What else do we see here? I like this. Make sure to do something. Make sure, made sure in the past. I want to point this out. When things are on a surface, it's on. But that's very, I mean, it's a legitimate mistake that we make, that we fall into all the time. We say in. En el español, utilizamos en para todo, en. So when we translate to English, we say in. Okay, but when things are on a surface, they're always on. Including lamps. Like, okay, crazy enough. See that lamp right there? En español está en el techo. And in English is on the ceiling, which to us is completely unnatural because for whatever reason, por alguna razón u otra, siempre pensamos que on es como encima de. Y no on es como encima de en esta posición o encima de en esta posición. Es muy charro. In English, in general, if it's on a surface, it's on. So with a good message on it, on its surface, right? Just pointing it out, the obvious, pointing out the obvious. Wasn't impressed. I love that. Have to go back tomorrow. And trade in. Trade in for. Intercambiar o cambiar. Right? Trade in for. Tiene que cambiar todo por libros. Brains like a muscle. Okay, fine. I understand. Doing great stuff. Weak and mushy. Okay, so think of a muscle, because here the metaphor or the analogy is a muscle. Es un músculo. ¿Qué pasa cuando ejercitas el músculo? ¿Cómo se siente?
Flácido.
Duro. Duro. Hard.
Oh, yeah.
Hard.
Dos.
Entonces, ¿qué es mushy?
Flácido.
Exacto.
Yeah.
Blandito, como desecho. ¿Sí? Exactly. Como un muñeco de trapo. Like a rag doll.
Get weak.
Weak. Weak es sinónimo ahí. Básicamente, weak and mushy is the same. O sea, es como, o sea, débil y desecho. Débil y flácido. ¿Es flácido o flácido?
Flácido.
Flácido.
Flacidez.
Flácido. But in English, it's flaccid, right? Is it flaccid?
Flaccid.
Flaccid. But is it double C or one C?
In Spanish one.
I think it's 2, but I could be wrong. I don't use that word too often.
Flaccid. But you don't say flaccid, right?
No,
No,
flaccid.
Flaccid, but it's double C, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's 2 C's.
¿Tú sí?
Yeah, but you pronounce flaccid.
Mhm.
One of those oddities of the language.
Ay,
Chuck knows all about oddities.
I have odd friends. Oh, yes, yeah, never mind.
It's full of oddities. She says video games and TV are making my brain flabby. Otro más. Weak, mushy, and flabby. Flabby es con celulitis. Right? Is that flab? Like extra fat that accumulates? Flabby. Entonces, con celulitis. Okay, that's flabby. Nuevamente, muy blandito, muy esponjoso, right? And if something doesn't change, I'm basically going to be a mindless. Me gusta esta, la combinación de mind con less. Como en el juego de Legos, tienes mind and less, sin mente. ¿Sí? O sea, descerebrado. Un zombie descerebrado. Mindless zombie for the rest of your life. Wow. Any questions?
You can use that less in other words. Like anything
Lo
that
contrario.
ends in less.
Anything that what?
Ends in less.
Things that in less. For example, can you think of other examples of words that end in less?
Less.
Give me one second.
Useless.
Sleepless nights. Yeah.
Useless.
Useless. Good.
Penniless.
But it
Jobless.
but it doesn't imply less than, it implies not at all. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know, that it seems like a misnomer to me, but it's just the way it is.
Midless no es la mitad del, como decir la mitad del cerebro, la mitad del cerebro, algo así.
No, descerebrado.
Less es como sinónimo de sin.
De menos, como
Yeah,
Menos. Ujú.
siempre es
exactly.
como que le resta al adjetivo, le resta con el less.
Carlos.
Yes, exactly. Kind of interesting.
All right, so mindless es sin. Less significa sin, no que es menos. Chuck is right. No es que es menos, sino que es sin. Without a mind. Mindless. Mindless zombie. All right. Who wants to read this? Another person, different person. ¿Quién no quiere leer?
Me,
Who wants to be the first one to read? Who?
me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mom says, if of the television and down my game controller, I may discover a talent I never knew I had. That's a nice idea and all, but I feel every time moms try to get me to step out of my comfort zone, I fallen flat on my face. In the third grade, we had a poetry on it in school. And when I showed her what I was working on, Mom was pretty impressed. She sent one of my poems off to the National Poetry Council to see if they thought it was any good. 2 weeks later, we got a letter back in the mail. National Poetry Council, dear Gregory Heffley, congratulations, your poem, My Silly Summer, has been chosen to appear in the prestigious Poetry Anthology, an annual collection of the nation's best work by the most promising poets.
Wow.
Wow.
Very interesting. Now, Chuck.
Mom said, if I turned off the television and put down my game controller, I might discover a talent I never knew I had. That's a nice idea and all, but I feel like every time Mom's tried to get me to step out of my comfort zone, I've fallen flat on my face. In the third grade, we had a poetry unit in school, and when I showed her what I was working on, Mom was pretty impressed. She sent one of my poems off to the National Poetry Council to see if they thought it was any good. 2 weeks later, we got a letter back in the mail. National Poetry Council. Dear Gregory Heffley, congratulations. Your poem, My Silly Summer, has been chosen to appear in the prestigious Poetry Anthology, an annual collection of the nation's best work by the most promising poets.
Wow. Questions, comments, concerns? I want to mention.
Falling flat on my face.
Me
Falling flat
descaché.
on my face.
Me he descachado. Siempre que mi mamá me ha dicho, me he descachado. Yo me pongo a hacerle caso y me descacho. ¿Cómo más dicen ustedes en su español descacharse? Como hacer el oso. Hacer el oso, ¿qué más dicen ustedes?
Se me fueron las luces.
Como cada vez que mi mamá me dice que haga esto, se me van las luces.
Hay cagar, ya.
La cago, sí. Cagarla.
Se me van las cabras.
Se me van las cabras. Ese está para Juan Pablo.
Pablo, ¿por allá qué? De hostias.
¿Qué hostia?
¿Qué hostias por allá dices?
I want to bring to your attention this. If with this, if with the past. When I say the past, no es el pasado. Es una forma que es compartida con el pasado. Y es para cuando estás hablando hipotéticamente del presente. O sea, en español se leería si yo apagara. Lo cual sugiere que no lo voy a hacer. When I see, if I turn, that means it's not going to happen. No va a pasar. Pero es hablando del presente.
Exactly.
What?
O si apago. It's in present tense, but it's a hypothetical, or it's a decision.
The thing
that
with
is
si
not
apago es que sí va a poder pasar. O sea, si apago la televisión, quizás pueda. But when I say si apagara, es que no la va a apagar. You see? And it's the same in English. Because in English, you can also say, if I turn off the TV, then I might be able to do something else, for example. But when you say, if I turned off, that means you won't do it. It's not going to happen. You're just
Is that the
second? ¿Cómo?
Faith, is that the second one, right? The second
That's
condition.
the second conditional, right? The second conditional is used to talk about the present, but in a hypothetical way, meaning that not going to happen. Example, if I were a woman, it's not going to happen. I know that the technology exists now, the science exists, but I don't want to pay for that. It's too much money.
you would be a very
That's the
ugly
only
woman.
reason.
Too much money. And what about if I want to decide to, like turn back regular, like go back to being a man?
You would be a
It's
very
going to be another
ugly.
$1 million. And I don't know if all this stuff is going to work, right? There's no guarantees. How many changes can you do before you're completely functionless? I don't know. It's a good question, right? Chuck hadn't thought about it. ¿Cuántas veces me puedo cambiar el sexo hasta que ya no sirvo para nada? O sea, ¿cuántas garantías hay? ¿Ya? Have you thought about it? Claro que no. Únicamente en clase de inglés. Only in English class. Anyhow, if I turned off the television and put down my game controller, no va a pasar. I might discover talent I never knew I had. Muy bien. So everything here is not the past. This is not the past. Don't forget, this is not the past. Now, here, any questions? And all. So filler, what does it mean? It's a nice idea and all. Like in Spanish, sí es una buena idea y sí. Sí es una buena idea y sí. Or what would you say?
Pues, it's a nice idea, pues.
Pues
No buena
también
idea y
arriba.
pues sí. Like to show that you're not convinced, that you're tepid, that you are ambivalent, that you are not convinced. What do you say?
Ya estábamos en la fiesta y estaba muy bien y todo, pero mejor nos fuimos.
Todo.
No una idea y todo es como que le resta. Como que, yeah, it's a good idea and all, but it's like, not my good idea. Not my idea, but nice idea. But I feel like every time, pero siento que cada vez que mi mamá trata de hacer que yo haga, to get me to, pay attention to this, get me to. This is called a causative verb. We have mainly 3 causative verbs: get, have, and make. Is there any other that I'm omitting, guys? Get someone to do something, make someone do something, have someone do something. Any other? I think that's it. Because you could say cause somebody to do something. Nobody says that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Make, have, and get es los verbos causativos, o sea que son como hacer que alguien haga algo, más o menos obligado. Get me to do something es como persuadirlo a que haga algo. El make me do something es que ya me obliga. Right? Pero presten atención a la estructura.
Como
Get me to.
chantajearlo.
1 second.
Hola, papi, ¿cómo estás?
Also, my daughter was yelling at me because I didn't say hi, porque como estoy aquí con los estudiantes que ama tanto, right? She's looking at me funny. She's jealous, yeah, because, oh, you love your students so much. Oh. Yeah, she's jealous.
Anal.
She's like, hello. Liana is like, Juanita is.
O sea que get me to o make me to es como lo mismo, o ¿cuál era la otra? Get me, make me, on,
Have me, get me, and make me. Make me do something es casi obligado. Get me to do something es como persuadirme a hacerlo. What do you think, guys? Am I right?
And takes me to?
Takes me to sancocho, takes me to woman.
And in this case, when you want to chantajear, what kind of verb is in this case?
I guess. Hey, that's a good question. What about blackmail? What about bribery? What about bribery? Would that be making someone do something, or getting someone to do something, or having someone do something? What do you think, guys? It's an open debate.
Get.
Bribing. Your bribe.
What do you say? What do you say, Liana? It's a very interesting question.
I would say to get you to do something would be blackmail.
Or blackmail would be to get you to do something.
You think so? Wouldn't it be make you do something? Because
oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Because like you have, like there's a very strong reason why you would do it. Because if you don't do it, then you're gonna get in trouble. Like they're gonna send those pictures to your wife.
Or the bribe. Bribe.
In this case, one person has the control with the
Right.
with the other
Good
one.
point. Good point.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, like this took me to something. Have you watched the movie Death at a Funeral, but the English version? ¿Ya se la vieron? Muerte en un funeral, pero la versión inglesa. It's really funny. Watch it tonight or tomorrow. You're going to have fun. Death at a Funeral. Muerte en un funeral. This conversation took me back to that one. Really good. I laughed my head off. Death at a Funeral. Chuck, so you can watch it. Watch it now.
Okay. I shall.
I'll make you watch it if it's possible.
Okay. Get me to
Okay.
watch it. Okay.
Fall flat on your face.
That we understand.
What do you understand by that, Chuck?
We have experience with that. As a failing or not rechazo exactly, but a failure.
Failure leads to failure. How many times have you fallen flat on your face in the last couple of months?
Hard to count that high.
And we normally don't count, right? Who's counting?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna relate this to you. So falling flat on your face is tattooed on your brain. Listen to this. Listen to my anecdote. Over a month ago, I bought tickets to a show of some comedians that my wife absolutely adores, right? So as a surprise, and every time that I plan a surprise for my wife, every goddamn time, it turns out to be that I fall flat on my face every time. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my luck. I don't know if I'm jinxed, but it always happens that I'm trying to surprise my wife, and then something happens, and I always fall flat on my face every time. I bought tickets, right? Over a month. I mean, I bought tickets up front, down front, all the way to the front, so we would be right there, within spitting distance, So privileged position, everything prepared, romantic night. I even had picked a restaurant that is owned by some friends. We're gonna go have dinner and everything. Fine. That week, we hired a new girl to help us around the house. But my wife is she's very hands-on, to say that, okay? By hands-on, you understand what I mean. Blah! And I am more passive, aggressive, but passive, right? So I was the one that hired the girl, the new girl. And I started giving directions. And I really don't look. I see everything fine and it's good. I'm happy, right? My wife is always like, right? She's like, what is this? What is that? And okay, so it turned into a fight. Potentially, she said she's not good. I said she's fine. She's learning. It's just 2 days. She's learning. My wife is like, no, I don't like the attitude. What is she doing all the afternoon there? Why couldn't she do this while she was doing that? Okay, fine. Okay. So we are in the car. She's driving. She's driving. I'm right here in the passengers. And she said, well, I don't know what she did all day. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm in romantic mode. You know, I'm in the mood for romance, not for discussing the girl that we just hired. And my wife is going blah, 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 blah. I had the audacious idea, the stupid idea, in other words, of saying, well, I'm paying her. Don't worry about it. You know what she said? She said, oh, that's why you brought me here for this? So then the plan changed. She told me, I'll drop you off and then I'll go back home. Not going anywhere. Okay. So I let it run its course. I thought it was just bluffing, you know, like, oh, it's just a bluff. So she continued driving. When we got close to where I was supposed to get out of the car, I opened the door and closed it again. And I said, yeah, I got out. Let's go back home. And she said, oh, you're not going? Then I'm going. She got out of the car and she left and she went to see the play. And then I returned back home. And that's it. So that is the idea of falling flat on your face. There was no romantic anything, no romantic nothing, just, you know. What do you think, Juanpa? Juanpa has an idea. With la máquina gruñidora. Behave. Compórtese, compañero. Learn to behave. Aprenda a comportarse.
What happened with the girl that was working in your house?
La doctora Polo. What, Liana?
What happened with the girl? Did you fire her?
Yes.
Saw that over
nothing. Fired, but she's getting rehired tomorrow.
Sure.
Because she also works at my mother-in-law's house. So we were testing her, right? And she got fired because she had the audacity, in other words, the stupidity of saying, oh no, your house, I need to clean too much. I'm not going to cook. Okay, so my wife said, no conditions. I mean, she's here to work. So
of course, you are going to continue paying her, right?
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is that, okay, so through my mother-in-law, she's like, oh no, I want to go back. There's nice people and I need the money. So she's coming back tomorrow. But last night she texted with my wife and she says, yes, Doña Ivoni, blah, 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 but I won't iron your clothes. I won't iron your clothes. I mean, like, who? I mean, like Juan Pablo. Juan Pablo is going to get a job and he said, no, I'm not going to do that. Then don't come work here. Leave before you come. Don't come. Why? Here,
is she a young girl?
The train. What, Liana?
Is she young?
She's youngish. You like that, Johan Sester, right?
20 or something.
I like that word.
She's like youngish. Probably 31, 32, I don't know.
Oh, okay. She seems very picky for someone that wants a job.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, like, just make up your mind, woman. You want to work. And well, we're paying her well. We're paying her well. And I even told her, just leave early when you finish everything. Don't stay late.
Well, here,
Pues-
this kind of work, you have to pay apart. I don't know.
Let's.
You have to pay for cook. You have to pay for if you wanna
Oh,
wash
okay.
your
Good
the
point.
clothes.
I'm
It's
not going to
apart.
Mexico then to live.
Yeah.
Only
Maybe
for
she's
vacation.
Mexican.
Good point. Maybe she's Mexican or she thinks she's Mexican. Maybe she's watching Rosa de Guadalupe.
Babe, babe, you can
You
pay
have
me
to
and
pay
I
for
can.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Johan. And Johan is
You can
good.
pay
Yes,
me.
so he's so attractive.
I
It's gonna
can
be great to
iron
have around the
your
house.
clothes.
Thank you. So
Look the
yeah,
video.
She's coming back tomorrow.
Look the video that I sent you in the WhatsApp group, Fab.
Okay.
Similar
I
to the
almost
history.
divorced my wife because of this woman, and she's coming back tomorrow. So, crazy.
Are you nervous?
Nah. If
Yeah.
she doesn't behave, my wife is going to take care of it. Bye. When your mom. What is this?
Fab.
Yeah. When your mom told you to clean? Ah, yeah. That's my wife. I'm gonna send it to my wife.
Y'all got lucky this time.
Good one. Just send it to my wife. All right. So, yeah, fall flat on my face. I fell flat on my face that time. What else? Any other questions here? Oh, look at this.
Pretty
Send
impressive.
off. Instead of just send things off. Cool. Every time trying to be more sophisticated, try phrasal verbs. Send off.
I wanna listen to the pronunciation, the word council.
Oh, right here.
Yes.
How do you pronounce it, Chuck?
Poetry Council.
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 What about Liana?
Council.
There you go. Which one is your favorite, Chuck or Liana? Just kidding.
Both.
That's right. They're both great. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. Anything here? No, right? Pretty straightforward. Yeah, guys. I think it's late for Chuck and Liana, maybe. So we'll let them retire and go, and we'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna get together earlier because I need to do something at night. I need to go improvise with my son because it's our final show. So yeah, gonna be busy, but earlier, and we can do a little bit of what I promised, that we're gonna do a little bit of a pre-recording of the vignettes. If you can stop by earlier, is 3:30, 4:30. I would say I'm gonna start probably at 4:30. 4:30, the latest 5. Okay.
Let me know.
Yeah, I know Chuck is gonna be with us. Liana can't, or if she can, then just, just in case. But she's gonna be busy studying Spanish.
Yeah.
She's so studious.
Por si las moscas.
Por si las moscas. Por si las moscas. That's right, Chuck. You got it.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow night. Maybe. I hope so tomorrow night too.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow. Say hi and say bye to the guys. Everybody, thank you very much. My love to you. Thank you very much for sharing, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Tomorrow. Thank you, guys.